What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If it is your first time here, my name is Tatiana. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today, as you can see, I wanted to play with the color purple and I really wanted to create this look. It is snowing in Massachusetts and I am done working, so I really wanted to make sure that I hop on YouTube and make a video for you guys. And I am so happy with the way this look turned out. I love the color purple and I appreciate even more now the Jaclyn Hill palette volume 2. I did not use any specific base to apply the eyeshadow and it just is still vibrant and it still look cute. So if you really want to see how I achieved this look, how I slayed this look, just keep on watching. Let's get started with our primer. You already know the drill if you've been watching the makeup videos. Hydro Grip Primer all the way. So the foundation I'm using today is, of course, the NARS Natural Radiant Foundation. I really love this one. And the shade New Caledonia. So I applied 3 pumps of the foundation on each side of my face. And I'm going for a full beat today. So, reason why I applied 3 pumps on each side. Hey guys, so I am done applying the foundation. I know, I mean, it seems like it's a little bit too dark for my complexion. Of course, this is my summer shade. I'm still in between shades, believe it or not, but I would rather have my foundation be a little bit darker than my foundation be a little bit too light for my complexion. I'm gonna move on with concealer, and the concealer of choice today is gonna be the Born This Way concealer in the shade Mahogany. It is very thick and I love this concealer. I would like to cancel the orange just a little bit out of this concealer, so I'm gonna go over it with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Hazelnut, just like that. It is time to blend. I'm gonna start with my chin. So obviously this is a chit chat, get ready with me. I just wanted to make sure that I get the base going before we start talking. I was thinking the other day and I was reflecting on my life, and for a lot of you who don't know, I am 29 years old and I will be leaving my 20s very soon. It is a little bit scary to even think about it. I'm excited and I'm a little bit scared as well. Just because, you know, you have a lot of goals that you want to accomplish before you turn 30 or before you basically start growing old. And I do want to travel the world a little bit more. I do want to have children. So I have all this going through my head. But that said, as I was reflecting, I decided to come up with a list of, you know, lessons that I learned in the last 10 years that I would obviously share with my daughter when she's 20 or when she's, you know, no longer a teenager and she's becoming a young adult. These are the lessons that I will probably pass on to her and communicate to her. The first one that I have here, I'm gonna be reading it off my notes from my phone. Stop caring about what people think. People will always criticize you no matter what you do. So the sooner you stop caring, the better. This one was on top of my list because I am a firstborn and I've always felt like I needed to obey my parents, and not only that, go by society's rules, like what a woman's supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. I was afraid of being slut shamed if I, you know, pursue my passion, for instance, for dancing. And it is so sad because I realize now that if I did all the stuff that I always wanted to do without caring about what people and also what my parents would think, my life pathway will probably be a lot more different. I just recently, let's say in the past 2 years, I really stopped caring about what people thought of me. And I still struggle with that just a little bit, but who doesn't, right? So I think that that's the very lesson that I would teach my daughter or my son. Really stop caring about what people think. If you do good, they will criticize you. If you do bad, they will criticize you. regardless of what you do, people are watching and people will criticize you. So as long as it feels right and you can sleep at night and you feel good about yourself, just stop caring about what people think and pursue your passion, pursue your dreams. So that'll be the first lesson. The second one that I have here is stop being a people pleaser and stop seeking validation from others. That is a big one for me. Reason why I grew up always wanting to please, first of all, the most important people to me, my parents. So ever since I was younger, I remember being a people pleaser. I remember being very obedient. I remember, you know, like striving to do great in school. Even went about doing my master's for my parents just because I was seeking validation from them and I really wanted to make them proud. So basically I was living for them. It was a good experience, of course. I graduated and I got my master's and I got a new job, but I really started thinking, like, did I do that for myself? Like, if I had the chance, if I had to do it all over again, would I go and get my master's? Of course, like, I had the freedom of picking my degree, you know, like I got a master's in business administration. Very fortunate, don't get me wrong, I'm very fortunate that I was able to get my master's in a higher education, hence why I moved to this country to begin with. But if I had the choice to go back, would I spend all that money getting my master's if it's not really into something that I'm passionate about, like YouTube or dancing or creative arts, etc. It is hard, but I truly believe that once you stop caring about what people think, once you stop seeking validation from others, even if it's your parents, your family, you will live a happier life and you will actually stay true to yourself. So I felt like I needed more concealer, so I went with the LA Pro concealer in the shade Toffee. I added it under my eyes and I'm just gonna blend it right away. I'm not gonna let this one sit. Now that I applied the concealer, I'm going to go and set my face with the Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade Medium Deep. Now that I'm done setting under my eyes with the Laura Mercier, I'm going to go with the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder for the rest of my face. I apologize, you guys, if you feel like I'm screaming. It's just because it's so noisy and I just want to make sure I get this video done and get in the groove. And yeah, now that we set the entire face, it is time to contour. I'm going to contour with the Fenty Beauty Mocha Mami, my favorite of all time. I'm going to use the same contour brush from the BH Cosmetics Nazarin Cavari collaboration. I already have a small forehead, so I don't need much on my forehead. And I'm going to use a small dense brush to contour my nose. And make sure to blend your nose contour. You don't want a harsh line like I have right now. This is not cute. So you want to make sure to blend, 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 and blend. I'm going to go back to my contour brush and add a little bit to my chin. More like under my chin. Just a little bit. Because if you forget to blend that area, it's just going to look weird. And you will have a line of demarcation. I'm going to use my setting spray, which is the Urban Decay setting spray that I had forever and I love it. It's my favorite. Letting the entire face set. And I want to move on with the fourth. Is it the third or the fourth? So the next lesson that I have for my younger self is love yourself before you can love anyone. Don't rush to be in a relationship. Spend time with yourself. Learn about yourself. Learn to appreciate yourself a little bit more. Because I remember ever since I was younger, I always wanted to be in a relationship. Matter of fact, I was in a relationship ever since I was like 15, which is crazy, right? But it was like my high school relationship and it was very cute. But at that time, I did not know myself. You know, I was very young but not stupid. I was never stupid, thank God. But I was very young and I really didn't know much about myself. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I had no vision for myself. So I was, in a sense, a little bit lost and under the shadow of, you know, my parents and also the shadow of, I could say, my friends. Whatever they wanted, I wanted for myself. So if I don't even know myself and if I don't even know what I want, how am I mature enough to be in a relationship? I'm mostly referring to a relationship that I had when I was a young adult and in college. I was just clueless, you know? At one point, I jumped from relationships to relationship and I had no idea what I was looking for. I had no idea of who I was and what I was doing. I just know that I was craving that affection and I was, you know, needy and craving that attention. And that's the reason why I was going from relationship to relationship. That said, the biggest advice that I would give to my younger self, or any of you watching, you know, that are in your 20s, just focus on yourself. Learn about yourself. Learn to love yourself. Learn what you like, what you don't like. Learn to love yourself before you can commit to loving somebody else. That's the biggest advice that I would give, you know, somebody young watching this video. It is time for eyeshadow, and since I already have my base on and I don't want any eyeshadow fallout, I'm gonna go with the Prep and Prime primer from MAC. This will prevent all the eyeshadow fallout to get on the base, so like that I can just like brush it away. So let's snap this baby on. And we're ready. The palette that I'll be using today is the Jaclyn Hill palette volume 3 from Morphe. I wanted to play with the purples. I wanted to play with all of that and just create a purple vibe today, you know? So I received this palette from my FabFitFun box, and this palette is the Laura Geller. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I'm gonna be using this pink shade right here as my base, and that is the only foundation, and that is the only eyeshadow from this palette that I will be using. And I'm applying this first shade all over my lid. And there you go, I have my first eyeshadow color. And as a transition shade, I'm gonna go with the pink color that I mentioned before, Loli Mama. And I'm gonna go over this color with a more vibrant pink called Tipsy Girl. And I'm just gonna go over it just because I want this crease shade to be a little bit brighter and vibrant. It seems to be doing a good job. I'm just gonna blend these two together. And you can see the two different colors merging beautifully. Now that I have my crease shade, it's time for Purple Gang. I'm gonna go with the color Not My Journey, which is the deepest purple. I'm gonna pop it right in the corner of my eyes. And we're gonna pop it right here in the corner. Oh, this color is beautiful. Girl did a pretty good job with this palette, honestly. I know that's right. And I'm gonna bring this color all the way to halfway through my eyes, as you can see, until I am satisfied with the way it looks. So we are done, and we added the dark purple. So now I need a color in the inner part of my eyes, and I want this color to be lighter. So I'm gonna try Therapy Sesh. Ooh, girl. Therapy Sesh might be my favorite. Ah! I'm excited. Do you see that? No, let me zoom in. Wait for it. Do you see Therapy Sesh? Oh my gosh. Bomb. Bomb. Beautiful. I'm feeling this look today. So happy. We are officially done with the eyes, you guys. I just need to clean this up, and then we have a ton of fallout here. So we want to make sure that we get to this. We are almost done with the eyes. I just want to clean the corners a little bit so I can have a sharp line. What I'm going to do is grab a flat pencil and your concealer. You can grab any concealer you would like. but I'm just gonna grab one that's closer to my shade. And I'm gonna clean this a little bit by creating a line. We have our sharp line on both sides. As you can see, it lifts my eyes a little bit more. I love that effect. I'm gonna go with a small brush and just blend it out. I'm gonna dab it into the Laura Mercier setting powder and just press it in the corner to set that concealer. And that is it. We have a more lifted, angled look, and these are one of my favorites. I love doing that because it gives me a eye lift, and I absolutely love it. You can see that the color, the light purple color, is already on my bottom lid, and I absolutely love it. So I'm just gonna go with a small brush and accentuate that just a little bit more. I know that I have this white waterline pencil from Sephora. There it is. So I'm just gonna add that to my waterline and have that brightening white effect that I'm looking for. Okay, you guys, all I need to do is add a little bit of mascara, lashes, and we should be done with the look. As I am adding my mascara, the last advice that I would have for my younger self is do not open all of these credit cards, and instead of doing that, invest in the stock market, invest your money in cryptocurrency, open a Roth IRA account. So I learned about Roth IRA account when I was graduating with my bachelor's degree, and I should have been had one. But the Roth IRA allows you to put money into that account after tax, so that when you turn 65, 70, 75, 80, whatever age you decide to retire, but I believe you can start cashing it out at 60. Don't quote me on that, do your research. But you have that money in there and it's time for you to take it out, it will not be taxed. It's tax-free just because they already removed the tax from the moment they pulled that money into that Roth IRA account. So it's the best decision that I've made. On a weekly basis, I scheduled for money to go into my Roth IRA. Right now I am also investing, but if I had invested my money way before, I would be probably rich because if I did listen and invested my money in cryptocurrency, I would probably have a Bitcoin right now. So that is the last advice for this video. I believe I have a list of 15, but that will be for another time because I don't want this video to be too long. If you find this helpful, just, leave a comment below. And if you realize a couple of these things as well that I mentioned, just leave a comment and let me know about your experience, because reflecting on that was very eye-opening. I'm gonna go and put my lashes off camera and I'll be right back to wrap this video up. I am back, you guys. I got my lashes on. I love this eye look. So let's finish this up with some highlight. I'm gonna add a little bit to my cheeks. And I have this brush right here. Just a little bit. And the high point of my cheeks. And of course I use my fingers for my nose. For the lips, we're gonna keep it super simple. I'm gonna outline my lips with the MAC lip pencil in the shade Chestnut. And since we already have bold eyes, I just want to keep the lips very, very simple. I'm gonna use the Kat Von D lipstick in the shade Muñeca. It is a soft, soft pink. I'm gonna top this lip look with my favorite lip gloss. It is the Fenty Glass Slipper. And since I have color on my lips, I'm just gonna use a brush snap on the lip gloss, and apply it to my lips. And that is it, you guys. This is the final look, and I am absolutely in love with this look. I love the color purple. It looks great on my skin. The way I feel about purple is the way I feel about the color orange. You know, if you're a brown skin girl, that these colors look cute on you. So I am absolutely in love with this look. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a like. Please leave a comment so I can interact with you guys, and hit the notification bell if you ever want to be notified when I post another video. And that is a wrap, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.